Tag. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on FOX Rochester. Since it is Wednesday, we want to kick off this half hour by talking about our finances.
Yeah, time for Wealth Wednesday. This morning, we're talking about ways to win financially. And for more, we're joined now by Wealth Advisor Jarrett Felton. I love this this topic. It's so catchy and I mean, definitely grabs people's attention.
How to thrive in 2025.
There it is.
Wow, you're
Mic
full
drop.
of
We're
them
done.
today. Let's get into it,
Hey, let's do it. Yeah, absolutely. So really just 4 things just want to bring to people's attention. And as I mentioned during the break, these are all items that are tangible, tactical you can do, roll up your sleeves, and they're free to do, right? So it's not going to cost you. So I would say that the first thing that we should probably take into consideration is, since we have 10 months of runway left in the year, pretty much end of February, we want to manage our cash flow in the house. So usually money is all connected. The reason I say cash flow is because it all comes back to taxes. Most people would talk about budgets, which we've kind of beat up. So let's talk about the tax side. Sometimes people are withholding too much from their paycheck. We need to monitor that. And I think a lot of people often set it and forget it, but we need to be more intentional about what we're doing. It's never really a good sign if someone gets a massive tax refund back the following year. To me, that just means you let the government have an interest-free loan for too long. So I would say get with your CPA, make sure that you're having the proper amount of taxes withheld from your paycheck just to help out with cash flow in the house.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good advice.
When was the last time you checked your pay stub and the amount of taxes you're withholding?
You caught me.
Actually, recently.
Okay, okay.
Only because I had a nightmare about it. But
Oh, gosh, all
I know,
right. Didn't mean to trigger anything.
no, it's all good. It's all good. But I'm a worrier, so I checked recently.
Fair enough, fair enough. So number 2, on the whole segue to being intentional, making sure that we have a blueprint and we understand which buckets we are saving into when we think about retirement. So a lot of times people will compartmentalize. When you talk about the psychology of money, behavioral finance, people say, I have this bucket of money available for this bucket for healthcare, this bucket for that. I think that that's fine to do. The advisor in the room, or the fiduciary, such as myself or my team, will kind of look at all of those things from a 50,000-foot bird's eye view to figure out, hey, do you have the right buckets in place? Are you putting the right amount of money into each ones? Are there more tax favorable buckets to put into versus not? Versus, is there more tax incentives down the road when you pull money out? So I think playing that bucket game is a good one. We're a big fan of it because it helps people understand, what money is earmarked for what. And that's number 2.
Wow, that's really great. I feel like, having a savings is one thing, especially if it's one that allows you to accrue interest, for example, but separating them into different categories can always seem like a daunting task because there are so many. You had listed a few of them. Where would you recommend people even start when it comes to that?
Sure. I mean, I think the first thing that a family or an individual should do is take a snapshot of where they're at now. Because that's something that nobody else can tell them. That's working from the inside out. So I think you just put on a piece of paper, what do you got? And then you find a qualified professional in the space to help you articulate what it is that you need and navigate the goals to help you get there, and then put a plan in place to help you navigate any risks accordingly.
Oh boy, that's good advice. Yeah. And it's free too.
Hey,
there we go.
That's right, that's right. Number 3 and 4. So number 3 would be to make sure that we're rebalancing whatever monies that we do have invested. So in 401ks or 403bs, also known as employer-sponsored plans, those may have an automatic rebalancer feature. I'm a big fan of doing that if people don't pay attention to their investments as much as maybe an investment advisor would. So the rebalancing is really important. You don't want to get too overweighted or underweighted in certain spaces, because if the market as volatile as it could be, or if there's a pullback, you don't want to have all your money in one sector, or as the common terms go, have your eggs in one basket or few baskets. We want to diversify. So that's the rebalancing aspect of it. This also means kids' 529 plans, college savings, brokerage accounts, IRAs not with employers, all of those types of places where money is held or custodied.
Excellent. All right, we've got time for one more, which is conveniently step number 4.
I know you would think I just had this internal clock. I love it. Like I've been here before.
Yeah, timer 2.
Friends. So the last one is just making sure that we are disciplined with our investing strategy. So that's really simple, and we just call it in our world dollar cost averaging. But in layman's terms, it's just making sure that we are consistently putting money away, whether it's on a weekly, bi-weekly, when you get paid, or on a monthly basis, into an already established allocation so that you can see and project and forecast kind of what life's going to look like down the road, how much money you could amass, and more importantly, when you can retire.
Yeah.
If we don't have a plan, we're going to plan to fail, right? So the dollar cost averaging gives us that discipline, whether the market's up, whether the market's down, who's in the White House, who's not in the White House. You know, we need to take some of these things back that we can control. We always like to talk about in our office, try and control the controllables, right? And try and manage the risk around the things that we can't control. So those are the 4 things: free, and from me to you.
Fantastic. Jarrett Felton, thank you for your time. Hit them with the website if they want to learn more.
Absolutely. Investment.com, investment.com, like you see on the bottom of the screen. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to next month.
Yeah, us too, Jarrett. Thank you very much.